More about SQL Plus formatting. There are various things that you can do in general in SQL Plus Worksheet, and iSQL Plus. There are variations between the three different tools, but they're slight and we won't worry about them at this point. You can set the environment, for one thing. You can run scripts in SQL Plus, either in SQL Plus itself, or within the other tools, or as a command line executed script. You can also create variables, set them, and reset them in SQL Plus. You can do things with, for instance, headings on the output in SQL Plus. You can change them, you can change the content of the headings, you can override the default headings, which are the column headings. Let's look at the environment. The environment settings are determined by all settings that can be accessed by either the show or the set command. Now, if you want to see what your environment settings are currently, you simply go to SQL Plus and type show all. We've seen some of these environmental settings before, such as rep set to op, line size set to 132. This is simply a listing of every single one that's available. Obviously, other than typing show all, I could type show wrap for a specific setting, and it tells me exactly the setting of wrap. It says lines will be truncated. Now, if I were to set wrap on, and I show wrap again, it says lines will be wrapped. In other words, I select a lot of data, such as, for instance, star from show. It goes over the line, it wraps around the line. Unfortunately, that file is not big enough. Let's try select star from venue. There it's wrapped. Just to make a point, when I did select star from show, I could have actually forced some wrap in there by setting the line size, for instance, to 20 characters. And once again, selecting star from the show table, and it wraps for 20 characters. That's not very much use though. So we've looked at the show and the set command. The set command allows me to change the environmental settings. The show command will show an individual value or all of the values. This is a listing of some of the settings that I think are useful and interesting. Bear in mind though that I'm not writing reports in SQL Plus. It is unlikely that anyone will write reports in SQL Plus in the modern day, apart from the fact that iSQL Plus is quite good at writing usable reports into the browser. There are many highly sophisticated, highly graphically oriented end-user reporting tools available. Some of them are expensive, some of them are very cheap, some of them are probably even free. So most of the commands I have listed here are really for doing SQL code testing, building SQL code statements, doing database administration. They're useful in that respect. Environmental settings. Setting echo off is used when running scripts. It prevents echoes of commands being output to the screen. Escape allows the setting of escape characters. Feedback displays rows returned. Let's run this query. Now let's set feedback off and run the query again. See, we don't get 9 rows selected at the end of it. Heading on or off. Let's set heading off and run our previous query once again. Now we have no headings. There are the headings, there are no headings.